What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Big John Fury. Get this, Big John Fury offers a shock assessment of how he views Tyson Fury now. He says, I have seen a decline. Wow. John Fury has gave his take on his potential fight with Alexander Usyk. He said he's seen a decline in his son's Tyson Fury from the last 3 fights. Okay. However, the WBC champion remains unbeaten. And Fury Sr. offered his take on a stark assessment of his son's chances for Usyk fighting after being shocked about his preparation levels before the Ngannou fight. Okay, and this is what he had to say. He said, but in my opinion, Tyson needs a bit more time to get his condition right and his legs right. He said, for me, it looked like he had lost 20 pounds of muscle last time. Something was wrong, okay? He said, I don't know what they're doing up there. You have to address it. He didn't look himself out in Saudi. He didn't look right. Everything had changed about him. His demeanor, his body. I was puzzled. He said he had been training, but there is training and there is training. If you're going at your own pace, no one is going to tell you otherwise. No one is going to offer you or kick you up the backside. No one can teach Tyson how to box or teach him more than he knows. All they can do is put some muscle on there and make his body rock solid. For my money, he looked fat, thin. He should have been better, a bit heavier, with a lot more muscle. Tyson is a mammoth fella. He needs to power up the body department, and the only way you can do that is proper course, and they take time. We don't have time, okay? He said, you don't try to meet an express train head on, do you? He would have to been better boxing off the back foot, slipping and sliding. Against the old Tyson, and Ngannou wouldn't have landed a glove on him. They keep missing this in the corner. They aren't looking at what the other man is doing. He needs to change it up. All of a sudden, they think one tactic works for all fighters, but it doesn't work like that. The style I'm saying is no good. It won't be any use boxing Usyk like that. Just stood in front of him. Just standing in front of him. Okay, typo. You have to be clever and agile as much as Usyk. But unless you are trained to do that, what can you say? Usyk is nowhere as big as Ngannou or as powerful, but he is skillful and he is a heavyweight, and they do need to practice for that. He is taking more punches now than he's ever taken his whole career, and that could have shortened his career. Okay, that is the worry we have got here. Tyson is a remarkable man, but sometimes he needs to listen to a bit of common sense. Usyk is tricky, and you have to be on your best to beat him, and the style he has now, it won't do the trick. He has got it in his head. He can knock everyone spark out, but no fighter in the world can keep taking big shots. He can't keep taking them because all of a sudden a jab can sit you down. You have to be clever, and the way he beats Usyk is more brain than brawn. And let me counterpunch. I think that's a bit of a ramble, and the rambling is not really consistent. Why? Because he's saying that he hasn't seen Tyson. He's seen a decline in Tyson his last 3 fights. Okay, let's stop right there. For one, when have you seen John Fury talk about a decline in his son? He wasn't talking that shit when he was beating up Deontay Wilder 15 times. He wasn't saying that then. He wasn't talking about he's in a decline when he was fighting, because his last 3 fights were what? Dillian Whyte, Derek Chisora, and Deontay Wilder, right? Okay, or was he talking about Francis Ngannou, Deontay Wilder, Derek Chisora, and Dillian Whyte? You know, so if he's talking about those 3, which we didn't hear him talk about any decline at all, you know, that would have at least made sense to me. But he's not even consistent with his own plea. See, had we had a point of reference of what he mentioned, oh, hey, Tyson ain't looking like the same fighter as he did, you know, then he would have made a case. All of us know, or you guys have been watching my videos know, that Tyson Fury has fought guys that don't really have footwork, so we don't know how good he really is with people or other fighters that have good footwork. Now we will find out. And I think that's what's bothering John Fury now. Okay? But all I see John Fury's doing is he is blasting Sugar Hill Stewart. He ain't saying by name, but he's blasting him. You know what I mean? I think that was a hypocritical backstabbing shit where you said you're going to address Sugar Hill Stewart face to face and you're going to confront him. We've seen nothing of the sort at all. But that does not stop him from talking shit about what he's doing in his corner. And he's talking about, oh, well, all they can do is put muscle on you. Okay, that's another contradiction. Okay, you expect the trainers to put muscle on you. First of all, the strength and conditioning guy that you hire is supposed to do that if that is what you need to do. It didn't work for Anthony Joshua. It didn't work for Deontay Wilder when they added extra muscle like that. It just made them slower and tired. So, people, ask yourself this question. If John Fury says the trainer's job is to make him bulkier or bigger because he looked fat and thin, which that's how he's looked for fucking the last... The best I've seen Tyson Fury was somewhere in between 19, like the ass end of 18, and then when he started slimming down 19. But that's really because he was on GQ magazine, if you guys can remember. But that really didn't matter simply because he has a bad build anyway. Mammoth, that's a good term for Tyson Fury. Mammoth. Okay, but understand this. When you're talking about Tyson Fury and all. Tyson Fury is a guy that he has those bent legs, you know. He said that the old Tyson, John said, would have did a bang up job against Francis Ngannou, and in fact, that's the only way he survived is because he turned into the old Tyson Fury and started using his legs and got on his damn bicycle. Now, his bicycle wasn't faster than we remember him being, but he was fast enough to get out of the way of a lot of those shots. Okay, so let's stop the cap on that. All right, so him saying that about Tyson Fury, you know, is a whole different thing. But here's the point I'm trying to make. If you expect that guy or the corner to make him bigger and add more muscle to him, but then at the same time, he has to be more agile, that makes no sense. He needs to be more slicker, more agile, but yet you want to add more muscle on him. That is the stupidest thing ever. That's the most contradicting thing I've heard this morning. Okay, you're saying, okay, well, yeah, you got to put muscle on him. He looks thin and he looks fat. Okay, he looks thin and fat. All right, but then yet you want muscle on him, and muscle weighs more than fat. So what makes you think muscle will be the solution to make him more slicker and more agile against Alexander Usyk? See, here's the thing. This is what John's really trying to say. He's worried about the opponent because he knows the opponent has great footwork, very, very good boxer, high IQ, okay, and he will come prepared. And that's bothering John Fury. Because you guys remember, John Fury was the guy that let the cat out of the bag in the third fight with Deontay Wilder. That no, he really wasn't training, okay? Despite what Tyson said, that, hey, yeah, I've been training, I'm in the best shape of me life. That's bullshit. Because John Fury's like, well, no, he didn't even have time. He couldn't even run 3 miles, if you guys remember that. So, yeah, I think he's worried because Usyk is a guy that I think they were purposely trying to avoid. Okay, and that Francis Ngannou fight scared the shit out of him because it gave him a foreshadowing of really what's to come. That's all that really means. So now he's rambling, trying to find, oh, he needs to be bigger or more powerful, add more muscle, but yet we need him more slicker and this, that, and the other. We've seen a decline, you know. Look, John Fury's doing 2 major things. For one, he's shitting on Sugar Hill because he wanted to be the trainer anyway in the corner. For 2, what he's doing, he's making an excuse for his son. And so when his son does get fucking mopped, okay, fried and refried by Alexander Usyk, he can say, I told you so. That's all he's doing. And then he can still throw shit back at Sugar Hill Stewart like he said all along. I told you that Sugar Hill wasn't no good. He's been in a decline. You can't fight everybody the same way. Which, in fact, you can't. That he is true about that. That's one thing I agree. You cannot fight everyone the same way. Okay? And he's saying, well, Tyson thinks he can knock everybody out. Well, we obviously seen that he cannot. Okay, and it revealed to John Fury, like, okay, well, Tyson thinks that he's going to knock everybody out. He's not going to be able to knock out a guy that's moving like Usyk is. He already knows that. That's all he's doing, but he would rather not give the credit to Usyk as much. He's acknowledging Usyk, but he doesn't want to give him all the credit because he wants to shit on Javen Sugar Hill because Javen Sugar Hill has the job that he wants. That's my counterpunch on John Fury revealing that Tyson Fury is on a decline in his career. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.